92.7 WOBM. Good morning. Shawn Michaels with you, and joining me right now is Chef Sarabeth Levine. We are talking about her brand new cookbook, Good Morning Cookbook, Breakfast, Brunch, and Baking. Sarabeth, good morning and welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Let me ask you, why breakfast? I mean, not that I don't love it. I do love breakfast, but why did you go the route of breakfast?
Oh, my God. People ask me that all the time. We love breakfast, and my mother loved breakfast. So breakfast was like hot cereal, eggs on the weekend. My mother was a working mother, which was a very unusual thing at that time when I was young. And we just loved breakfast. Sometimes eggs were our dinner because she got home late and there wasn't much time to do a big preparation. And there were those scrambled eggs or just something just like a French toast. We just ate a lot of breakfast.
Let me ask you, do you think that folks get together as much for breakfast these days? Or you think breakfast is an on-the-go, almost lost time of day for people?
I think on the weekend, because breakfast has become so popular in New York.
Yeah.
And I actually want to say, and I do believe this, it's not a pat on my back, I think in 1981 there weren't many places to go and have a great breakfast in Manhattan unless you went to the Plaza or you went to one of the great hotels.
Yeah.
And I think that I was this little beacon, this little shining light that opened up on Amsterdam Avenue where I opened my place to make my jam, all my preserves, and I opened a bakery with it. And the next thing you knew, 3 months or 6 months later, I was seating people at the three tiny tables making hot cereal and eggs. And I think it was really beloved and embraced. And I think that the brunch in all around the U.S. has become huge, and people love to go out and be social and be together. And I just wanted people to feel they didn't have to go out to a restaurant to bring that wonderful feeling on the weekend. They could do it themselves.
It's a nice way to start the day, too, you know?
And I have wonderful, easy things in the morning and how to soft boil and hard boil your eggs quickly and make ahead things like a nice big container of granola that you can grab and throw some yogurt on, and all the little spreads that I have, my spreadable fruits. I've made small batches. I call them quick spreads in the book. Why buy a yogurt with those fruits in them when you can just take natural, beautiful yogurt, whether you want 2% or no fat or Greek yogurt, and just put a spoon of your own preserves. It takes 20 minutes to make a little pot of jam, and you don't have to think about it, and just have it there to put in your own yogurt bowl and be on the run. Put it in a takeout container and, eat it in a taxi cab. I mean, New Yorkers are just renowned for that.
Yeah.
So,
you call them fruity beginnings, and a lot of the different things that you talk about in the book do just that. They talk about parfaits and, making your own yogurts and things with, the fresh fruit. It all goes hand in hand with your jams and things, right?
Yes, it's just a perfect match.
Now, I got to ask you about this. What makes a good scone to you? Because I love scones, and scones. What to you is the definition of a good scone?
Oh my God, the scone has been so distorted. I mean, there's so many interpretations of a scone.
Yeah.
In this book, I make a drop scone. In my first book, I make a scone that's rolled out. I think that the scone in the first book is very traditional. It's made with courage. It's very English. I remember going to England and having tea in probably 10 hotels while I was there so that I could enjoy the scone, the clotted cream, and investigate them. I'm sure that people were looking at me very, very bizarrely, like I was some strange creature, as I broke open these things and investigated them and looked at them and smelled them before I ate them.
Yeah.
For me, it can't be too sweet. This is not a muffin.
Yeah.
A scone needs to have something with it, whether it be butter or, clotted cream or whatever, like in London. It's just butter and jam. The sweetness comes from what you bring to it and from the tiny little currant that's in it. And even when you make a scone that's a drop scone, which is a little more crumbly, I still avoid a lot of sugar. If you look at my recipes, I don't even think there's two tablespoons of sugar in the entire batch. Mm-hmm. So in some of them. And the point is that they're meant to carry things. They're meant the scone is meant to carry things with it. And so, now I see these big things all over New York and all over the U.S. of a scone that's the size of a wedge of pie, and
Yeah.
very sweet, and they've got everything from God knows what in them. I mean, chocolate in the scone, I don't know.
Yeah.
But for me, I really had to be a real stretch, because in my book, I do one with ginger, with crystallized ginger chips, and I do one with dried cherries or dried cranberries, and that's the furthest I'll take it from the raisin or the currant.
Gotcha.
It's just, and maybe a nut. I mean, but that's it. And I don't change the base of the scone because I don't want it sweet.
There you go. Let me ask you, when it comes to this crazy titled item here that I had to ask you about because it jumped off my page of prep here, the Bloody Mary pickle. What is the bloody? In a short little summary, what is this all about? Well,
usually when you go somewhere or at home and you make a Bloody Mary, you make your mix, you put in your Worcestershire sauce, you put in your little pepper, I love horseradish in mine. And, people put a celery stalk in it and call it a day, right? That's the original kind of Bloody Mary, probably just for decoration. What we do is I make these little pickles ahead of time, and they're really, really special. They're just little shards of vegetable. In fact, I'm turning to the page to just look at it. I make it with I call it the No Booze Bloody Mary.
Uh-huh.
They're the crunchy No Booze Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, oh my God, you see all these little pickled little vegetables. You've got the carrots. You've got little celery sticks in there. You just have, and you just kind of, you pickle them, for a couple of hours in the vinegar, and they just become wonderful, wonderful little pickles. And then I stuff them into the glass, and I make my Bloody Mary mix. And if you really feel creative, which I don't say in the book, but we've done it in the restaurants, our restaurants, a beautiful, beautiful poached piece of cold chilled, like a shrimp from a shrimp cocktail, just hanging off the edge. I mean, that really is pretty special. And I serve it in the book, you'll see this beautiful photograph of my wonderful little crackers that I make, which are pretty special.
Excellent. If I put you on the spot as we wrap up here, what is your favorite breakfast item? If you could just pick one thing, you're on a deserted island and you can only have one breakfast thing, what is it going to be?
Oh, my God, it's that potato waffle with the gravlax.
Wow.
Delicious. It's like a waffleized mashed potatoes with this silky, satiny gravlax that's so easy to make. Once you make your own cured salmon, you will never buy smoked salmon ever again.
And we're going to find this in the book.
Yes.
Excellent. Where can we get the book, Sarabeth?
Well, you can come to sarabeth.com, and you can buy it from us, and they're all hand-signed. In fact, there are 5 cases waiting for me to sign. I'm in the bakery right now, and I'm going to go sign them and send them back up to our factory where we make all our preserves. And you can go online and at the sarabeth.com. You can buy my books. You can buy my famous orange apricot marmalade, which put me in business. And that's where you'll find it, or you can go to your local bookstores. I'm sure Barnes & Noble has a few, and you can buy it at Amazon. I'm sure you can buy them.
Yep.
I know you can buy them, and that's where you can get them.
Sounds good. You made me hungry. I want to go get breakfast now.
Me too. I've been on the phone all morning.
Sarabeth, thanks.
I want to eat that pumpkin waffle that's on the cover.
Oh, boy. There you go. Thank you so much for being with us today and making breakfast that much better. Folks, this is a definite must for your cookbook selection in your home so you can get breakfast taken care of each and every day. Sarabeth, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, there she is, Sarabeth Levine. You can go to sarabeth.com for more, and we'll have it up on our website at WOBM.com.